It's March 14th, which means it's Pi Day. It's only 11:29, so it's still technically Pi Day. I just finished up my homework, so let's approximate pi. We're going to use a series, so pi is approximated by 4 times this long series of numbers, which first you start with 1 divided by 1, then you subtract 1 divided by 3, then you add 1 divided by 5, you subtract 1 divided by 7, and you can see this 1 adds up by 2, and it adds up by 2 again, and it keeps on getting smaller and smaller and smaller, so you have 1, and you subtract 0.33, then you add 0.2, then you subtract 1.43, so it kind of looks like this harmonic. It's kind of like when you hit a pothole and your suspension goes boink, and then it kind of dampens out. And then if we multiply by 4, it gives us a really easy approximation for pi. So let's start by making the sum inside the parentheses, and then just multiplying by 4 at the very end. So let's say that sum is equal to 0, and now let's say the number is equal to 1, so we can keep track of which number goes in the bottom of the denominator, the 1 to the 3 to the 5 to the 7. Now let's say for I in range 10 to the 5th is good. The more numbers, the more accurate you're going to get it. We'll crank it up and see what kind of a different value we get. Let's keep track of the state, so we can keep track of if it's positive or negative. 1 minus 1/3 plus 1/5, and negative 1, but you raise it to the power of whatever spot we're in the for loop. We just raise it to that I. Now let's add up our sum, state divided by n. We need to keep track of that n to make sure it goes from 1 to 3 to 5, so we can't just have it add up by 1, we need to add it up by 2. So let's do n plus equal to 2, and then we can just say print out our 4 times the sum. We should get a value pretty close to pi, 3.14158. Okay, so let's move it up from 10 to the 5th. Let's move up from 10 to the 5th to 10 to the 6th and see what we get. There we go, 3.14159. It's a little bit closer, and then that rounds up to 2, so that's pretty close. Now you just keep on making that number bigger and bigger, and you get closer and closer to pi. They're much better approximations for pi these days. However, it's just something really easy to throw together, but happy Pi Day.